All right, soccer fans, welcome into the Ontario Soccer Centre as we get you set for the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec Series presented by Gatorade. We are just moments away from the opening kickoff, so let's get you set for the action as it's the under 15 boys division. Team Quebec in white will kick us off, working right to left across your screen, taking on the under 15 Provincial Xcel squad from Ontario. As the officials check the nets, and an opportunity for us to thank Gatorade Canada, the official sports fuel of Ontario Soccer's Provincial Xcel program, for presenting today's broadcast. Gatorade Canada, a leader in fueling athletic performance. Just about set for the opening kick. 2 40-minute halves, and we are underway with Team Quebec kicking off the action. Boys division. One game from each age group will be covered here this weekend in the U15s, U16s, and U18s, girls and boys specific leagues. Here comes Team Ontario with an early push. Taking the ball deep into the far corner on the attacking third is Nemenko Defi. That's knocked out, and possession will go to Quebec here for the throw-in. So Quebec in the white jerseys, a little bit of blue and black trim along the chest area. They'll be working left to right across your screen as Team Ontario do a nice job. Team Ontario dressed in all red, a little bit of white trim along the shoulders and shorts as they maneuver the ball through the midfield. Elijah Fondo tries to play that one ahead, initially picked off, battle for possession. It goes out off a Quebec player, Antonio Marzellano, and possession to Ontario from the throw-in. Ontario start to work the ball along their back line as Milton Neto Jr. playing that one to the center back, Blaine Boda. Under pressure, they play it back to Boda. He tries to look ahead to open something up. Nothing doing yet as that ball ricochets off the head of Miguel Cuebo, and taking that one from short range, he'll be checked out for player safety, and hopefully for Cuebo, it's nothing serious. So the medical staff checks Cuebo out, and although he takes the hard knock there, we'll see if he stays in the match. For the time being, the attacking midfielder for Team Quebec will stay on the sidelines and receive some treatment. So we restart the play with a drop ball and through the midfield as Team Ontario now start to build up the near flank. Anthony Awewa initially lost it, but did well to get the ball back after he was pressured by Aris Vitsakis. Quebec able to steal it away here as Nicolai Valicio playing it back. Nice touch ahead that time by Giuliano Masella as Team Quebec starting to approach into the attacking third here along the far flank. Nice control to make a little sidestep around before playing that ball over to Yakubu Bakayoko as he ends up having his pocket picked by Anthony Luca Malvasi Moreira. Team Ontario trying to play a long ball ahead as they try to pick out Sam Tegbaru, but that ball over his head and now safely back to the Quebec keeper as Leo Friku plays that one out from his back line. Ontario taking a quick throw as they try work along the near flank. Elijah Fondo opts to go backwards to try advance forwards. Belin Boda playing a nicely weighted ball up along the far touchline. The initial cross blocked, and that tracks out for a corner kick after Faris Ibrahim tried to play the cross through. Good sight here to see Cuebo back on the pitch now for Team Quebec after sustaining that knock to the head from the ball in short range, and is quickly back on the pitch ready for action. Throw in headed away, but the danger still present as Anthony Luca Malvasi Moreira opts to play it back, and Boda will play a short ball. Nice work along the far flank, but Ibrahim's intended pass picked off as Team Quebec moved the ball back. It's actually Antonio Martellano in goal for Team Quebec as he played that one out from his back line. Starting keeper for Team Ontario, Ryan Spanis. Yakub Bayoko goes back to the back line as Team Quebec start to move the ball forward here along the near flank. Nice job and nice control as Pierre Lamer playing that one ahead off an Ontario defender in Neto Jr. and out for a Team Quebec throw-in. They play the ball short from the throw, cross attempt into the 18, headed to the top of the box, and then a wild attempt finds a man offside as Carl Añero was all alone, but also behind the last offender, and an easy offside call there. So the under-15 boys squad for Team Ontario start to work the ball out through the back line. That one up to the half, quickly headed down. A battle for possession ensues. Good quick touch by the Quebec team, but now it's controlled by Tegbaru for Team Ontario. Sam Tegbaru playing it back to the back line as Awewa tries to play it forward. Goes down immediately, and now Team Quebec starting to mount an attack here. As Team Ontario's center back, Boda, playing that ball ahead. Knocked down quickly, and once again, Ontario go back to try advance forward. That left-footed ball from the keeper, Spence, as once again, the back line playing a good ball ahead forward. Running onto it there was Udefi, but he couldn't quite catch it. Team Ontario still in possession now with Ibrahim controlling it along the far flank. Back to Boda, the center back, who's quarterbacking things here today for Team Ontario. As once again, Boda playing it over to the far flank. Ibrahim's pass picked off, as it'll be controlled now by Añero. Team Quebec get it across half, but not much further. Quickly, Team Ontario back into the center circle, where Malvasi Moreira plays it to the left back. Jackson Gray manning that position for Team Ontario as they move the ball around the back line. Now up through the midfield, slipping and unable to get a full delivery on that one was Ibrahim. He'll shake that off. Actually checked that was Fondo, as now it's controlled by Neto Jr. He's under pressure, took a bit of a push in the back, and the referee will call the foul against Carl Añero from Team Quebec. Well, the Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series features the top players from the U14, 15, U16, and U18 divisions. Former iterations of this event started back in 2014, and we're very excited here at Ontario Soccer to play host to Soccer Quebec and the squads this weekend, as the Provincial Xcel Showcase finally makes its return in 2022. And we're thrilled to have Gatorade Canada on board as the presenting partner for this weekend's action. As Team Quebec try and move the ball around, they play it back to the back line. Ontario trying to close, but nice work here through the midfield as Jesse Bilcher seeing the ball out of pressure, and now Quebec starting to look like a promising build-up, but it was quickly knocked loose. Team Ontario thought they won the throw, and after a bit of hesitation, they do get possession. Jackson Gray will take the throw, and definitely a tepid pace to start this match. Teams feeling each other out, of course. These squads will play 3 head-to-head matches over the weekend. We're broadcasting 1 game from each the U15, U16, and U18 girls and boys divisions. So this will be the only feature broadcast of the weekend for this division, as these two teams get heated up for a rivalry weekend. And now Team Quebec starting to mount along the near flank. Vitsekius trying to play one in. He gets it right back. His cross knocked. Gray gets to it, but can't get a clean clearance. Second attempt, the danger still present as Ontario making a meal of things defensively right now, and Quebec trying to capitalize. Nice touch ahead there as it's received by Añero. He touches wide. The cross comes in, but offside, as Vitezakis couldn't quite curl his run there, and possession turned over. We're coming to you live from the Ontario Soccer Centre Indoor Fieldhouse as you're tuned in to the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series. This Team Ontario in red working up through their defensive third into the midfield. They moved it back to Boda, who now plays it to Malvasi Moreira. Under pressure, he flips it over to Gray. Nice job on the dummy there by Ibrahim. Tries to catch up to the ball, but a sound defensive effort by Team Quebec's Giuliano Masella. Team Ontario still creating havoc, though, defensively. Nice work that time by Samuel Pierre Lamer. And then a good sliding tackle to knock the ball out by Joseph Mario Jr. Jules. Got some great names here in this game. As Emeka Udefi with a nice touch through. Ontario building up an attack. There's a strike, and that one high and wide. But a good, confident attempt there from Sean Schwarzstein. And Schwarzstein just missed, as that was the first quality attempt of this match. We've played roughly 10 minutes in this match, and we're scoreless so far. And a chance for us to remind you that Toronto FC is the official founding premier partner of Ontario Soccer, as well as the presenting partner for the Ontario Player Development League, the province's youth high performance league. Their commitment to the game in Ontario is unrivaled. Visit torontofc.com for tickets and more. As Team Quebec move the ball around the back line, there's a turnover. Let's see if Ontario can capitalize. As Malvasi Moreira plays it out wide, controlled here on the step over by Tegbaru, and then not quite the attempt he was hoping for with that left-footed strike. Didn't quite have the pace to truly challenge the keeper, Marcellano, and he makes a relatively easy save. But Ontario showing some promise here in the last few moments of play as Tegbaru tries to close down the Quebec defender. Good exchange here between the two players, and coming in for extra support was Malvasi Moreira, unable to strip it away as Quebec pinned in their own zone, and they turn it over here on the throw-in. Samuel Pierre Lamere, ultimately the player playing it out of touch. Team Ontario controlling here, quickly turned over, and now Quebec try to bring it across half. Some good short touch passing. Sees control with Hamza Mouni. Playing it out wide on the switch now, working the far flank, touch back into the middle as Felicio tries to control. Nice job by Tegbaru, nearly closed down for a turnover, but Quebec with accurate passing now have it across the half. Working his way up is Bilcher, he's closed down immediately. Tegbaru, he gets hauled down, that'll be a free kick for Team Ontario. As Team Ontario controlling it here, they take the free kick short and now move it through the back line as Boda, the center back, playing it out wide to Gray. Gray trying to make a move around the man. It's off the Ontario player and out for a Team Quebec throw-in. Nice job defensively by Malvasi Moreira to close down. Boda under pressure there from Agnero, and now Team Quebec steal it away. Chavera Gilbert breaking in here. Left-footed strike right on. And a save there as the keeper getting down to his right to make the stop. A quick drop kick that was low and nearly picked off, but Ryan Spans making his first save of the match off that chance coming from Diego Chavera Gilbert after Team Quebec forced an opportunity out of nothing. Now they're building up once again, but that pass too hot for Mooney to handle, and it's an Ontario throw-in coming up directly below us. Toss short and controlled here by Awea. His initial pass blocked, but Team Ontario get it back as Fondo plays it ahead. Udefi tries to pick a man out. Nearly threading the needle was Ibrahim, but it's picked off. And now Bakayoko playing it ahead for Team Quebec. Quickly turned over, Fondo taking possession. Playing it back now as Neto Jr. A little too much on that ball, and it's out of touch. Team Ontario, there's a great chance right on. What a save. Marcellano parrying the shot from Udefi away. Best chance of the game so far, and it just came to Nameka Udefi for Team Ontario. So a corner kick will come here as they get to set to deliver one through, initially blocked down, and Tegbaru will try it again, setting up for the outswing. Much better the second time through, but the cross a little too heavy. It travels right through the penalty area, and on the clearance it knocks off a Team Ontario player. Jackson Gray under pressure there from Carl Agnero. He has to play it back to his keeper as Spans came way out of his box to play. Agnero now with a quick chip over to Chavera Gilbert. He does well to evade the first challenge. Second tackle attempt as the two number 7s go at it, and Fondo, the Ontario player, gets the better of that exchange. Nice effort that time by Carl Agnero, nearly kept it in the attacking third. Team Quebec get it back, towing the line and staying onside. Nice job that time, as I believe that was Junior Jules there. Check that, it was actually Vitsakis. And then the subsequent ball coming from the foot of Samuel Pierre Lamere rolls out of touch for a Team Ontario throw-in. Throw in taken short. The initial attempt from Team Quebec missed, but they played ahead. Second effort looking for a handball, and the referee grants it, and it'll be a free kick now for Team Quebec. Too far for a direct attempt on target. Look for a cross to come into the far corner of the box here as Team Quebec piles 7 players towards the top of the 18. Right-footed delivery. Flick attempt missed. Boda with the initial clearance. But a good job defensively there by Team Quebec's Bilcher to keep the play pinned in the zone. Offside as Aris Vitsakis having some difficulties timing his run there along that flank, and that's the second or third offside against Vitsakis here in the first half. Scoreless so far in this match as we approach 20 minutes played. We'll be playing 2 40-minute halves here, and matches can end in a draw, so if things are tied after the final whistle, well, that'll do it, and the teams will get back at it the next day. Because, of course, they're playing 3 games over 3 days here at the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series presented by Gatorade Canada. Nice work by Team Quebec to get the ball out to half, but then the subsequent pass after Bilcher had played it picked off. Bilcher does well to get it back, feeds that one ahead. Vitsakis running onto it, but defensively coming in for the strong slide challenge was Milton Neto Jr., and he did well to clear that one away. Played in short from the throw along the flank. Back as it's controlled by Bilcher, looking for a man in the middle. Tripped up, and there's the call. Bit of a late whistle, but Nicolas Valesio gets his feet taken out from him, and now an opportunity for Quebec to look for a direct attempt on target. This free kick coming from a little less than 30 yards out, maybe closer to 25, almost direct center to goal. Right now a 3-man wall sets up defensively for Team Ontario. Valicio looks like he's got the body language for an attempt on target here. Leans, lets it fly, didn't get over top that one enough, and that one sails high and wide for the goal kick. So a bit of a wasted free kick effort there from Team Quebec, but starting to generate some confidence offensively as well, as the teams have traded chances here in the first half. We do remain scoreless as we approach 20 minutes of action. And an opportunity to remind folks that the Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series is fueled by Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. Gatorade. For more information, visit PepsiCo.ca. Bit of pinball happening right now through the midfield as Ontario settle it down. The pass picked off. Now Team Quebec will try turn and burn as a good ball sent ahead, intended for Aniero. He does well to catch up to it, keeping it in along the flank. Makes the touch over to Vitsakis. Tries to get around Boda, but the center back providing a good defensive presence for Team Ontario. Nice job that time by Chavera Gilbert as he kicks it over his head, and it's controlled now by his teammate pinching up, as Joseph Mario Jr. Jules did well to work the far flank and won his team a throw-in. Played ahead, looking for Aniero from the throw. He puts a bit of a shoulder into the back of Gray, and that's an easy call for the match official, as we get a free kick. And Team Ontario will start to work out from their own zone. Milton Neto Jr. playing that ball ahead, initially intercepted by Bakayoko, as Team Quebec able to hold possession here. Valicio over to Bilcher. Bilcher under pressure, plays it back as it's controlled now. That ball ahead for Aniero. Does well to take it with his right foot. Oh, what a strike! Are you kidding me? That one just missed crossing the line. It went off the bar straight down and stayed out. But what a strike there from Carl Aniero. As Team Quebec pressing, and the second opportunity just over the bar as Diego Chavera Gilbert with the second chance. And my goodness, Team Quebec nearly opening up the scoring with two fantastic opportunities. Well, the ball ahead for the initial chance by Aniero was played by Joseph Mario Jr. Jules. It was a tremendous ball to spring Aniero for that opportunity, and he took that right-footed shot from right about the top of the 18, and my goodness, he rifled that off the bar. Just a bit of bad ball luck there that didn't go in after ricocheting off the crossbar. Team Quebec now generating some of the heaviest chances here in this match after Team Ontario had a couple of good looks at goal earlier. Team Quebec moving the ball out now through the midfield as Belicio. They have to go back all the way to the keeper, Marzellano. Playing it short, being pressured here by Tegbaru, but a good job defensively until it's turned over as Team Ontario win themselves a throw-in. Mauni, the Team Quebec player, that was pinned in there. Nice work defensively by a couple of Team Quebec players, only to have their pocket picked as Awea coming in to take it, and then a free kick after Awea got hammered, and this will be an opportunity now for Ontario to cross a ball into the penalty area from this set piece. Two-man wall setting up defensively as Schwarzstein stands over top the ball. Awea in the vicinity as well, providing a short option. But it certainly looks like Schwarzstein is getting set to play this one into the penalty area. Delivers the cross over the head of the jumping Tegbaru. As Team Quebec try work up the far flank, getting clipped there was Chavera Gilbert, and that'll be a free kick for Team Quebec about 10 yards inside their own half. Free kick played short as good pressure being provided there by Faris Ibrahim from Team Ontario. Team Quebec have to go back by way of the keeper Marzellano. He plays it out. Hamuni tries to hold it in, but that one whistled down. And it'll be a free kick for Team Ontario. Anthony Awea standing over top the ball, playing it short. Schwarzstein under pressure, does well to fight off the first challenge and now plays it back to Boda. His pass picked off by Chavera Gilbert as Aniero tries to get around the center back. Collision of bodies as Chavera Gilbert comes away with it. Approaching the 18, nice challenge there by Gray as he slid to get the foot in time that well as Team Ontario now have possession. Faris Ibrahim playing that one off to Balin Boda, back to Ibrahim. Under pressure, he has to play it back to the keeper. Spans. Neto Jr. Right-footed ball ahead, controlled on the chest. Nice work by Anthony Luca Malvasi Morera. But a better defensive effort by Jesse Bilcher to come back and take possession. Advantage played here for Team Quebec, but well read defensively that time by Awewa for the initial interception. Shot from distance was curling and nearly gave Spans a bit of a fit, but the keeper sees it safely wide. After that long attempt coming off the foot of Bilcher, goes out for a goal kick. You're tuned in to the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec Series presented by Gatorade Canada, and we're streaming live on the Ontario Soccer live stream channel. Thanks for tuning in. We'll get to some viewer shoutouts throughout the broadcast if you connect with us. Of course, follow Ontario Soccer across social media. And you can follow the action here at the Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series all weekend long. As Team Quebec moving the ball out across half. Nice job here by Hamuni. Playing it ahead, but that's picked off as Awea coming in for the interception. Boda under pressure, playing it over to Gray. Jackson Gray trying to sidestep the challenge from Chavert Gilbert. His ball played a little too far out of the reach of Ferris Ibrahim, who was speeding up to it, but Team Quebec played ahead as Añero flicks it on, and a defensive miscue there as Milton Neto Jr. had to play that one out for a corner kick. 26 minutes of action, Team Quebec setting up for the corner as we've got a Team Ontario player down on the pitch. Jackson Gray, the player injured. Coaches for these two squads, for Team Ontario, Matt Ferreira, the head coach, Brian Rosenfeld, assistant, Gerald Pennant, the other assistant, and the manager, Anton Hackett. For Team Quebec, as we get set for the corner kick, we'll get to the coaches in a moment. The corner delivered short as Chavert Gilbert doesn't quite find the option he was looking for. Team Ontario get it to the half, but no further. Valicio playing it over to Chavert Gilbert, trying for the switch. Running onto it, nice job by the keeper as Ryan Spence came well off his line to collect that ahead of Vitsakis for Team Quebec. As I was mentioning, head coaches, your coaching staff for Team Quebec, Adrian Cervesato, the head coach for Team Quebec, Felix Silvestre, assistant, Giuseppe Marino, another assistant, Marco Torrens, the manager, and Samantha Halfyard, the team official. And of course, Ontario Soccer very excited to play host to Soccer Quebec here this weekend at the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec Series presented by Gatorade. Free kick coming here for Team Ontario deep in the attacking third. Almost a pseudo corner kick here. Further in from the corner, mind you, as Schwarzstein gets set to take the free kick. Delivers the outswinger cross. A player along the far end was hauled down. I think the ref missed it. The ball ricochets back to Schwarzstein. Opts to play it to Awewa. Back to Schwarzstein. Looks for a low cross. Finds a man there in Udefi, but he can't get the clean shot away. Team Quebec with a partial clearance, and now they'll take full possession as Añero tries to pick out Vitsakis with the pass. Picked off, and a nice job there. Oh, I thought Tegbaru had kept it in, but the ball just tracked out for a throw-in. While Ontario Soccer values fair play, and we share this common passion with our partners from Respect in Sport, the leading e-learning platform for the prevention of bullying, abuse, harassment, and discrimination. Learn more about their programs and start your Respect education journey today at respectgroupinc.com. About 10 minutes remaining here in the first half of action. We're still waiting for the opening goal in this game as you're tuned in to the Under 15 Boys Division of the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec Series. As Team Ontario mounting a promising looking attack here. Nice footwork by Melsavi Moreira. Cross to the far post over the head of Udefi. Cross back in! Oh, Udefi offside. This goal's not going to stand. Tough break there for Team Ontario. They thought they opened the scoring, but the AR2's flag going up immediately. Nameka Udefi caught offside, and now Team Quebec trying to catch Team Ontario sleeping. What a ball played through. Añero running onto it. One man to beat in Boda. Boda falling down. He pulls it back for Chavert Gilbert, and then his shot high and wide as Chavert Gilbert wasting that opportunity on the counter. Nice idea there from Team Quebec, just lacking that clinical finish at the end. And maybe Añero's starting to get a little bit gassed here at the end of the first half, because earlier in this match we would have seen him turn and burn going in for a break there, but just didn't quite have the pace to pull away from Boda in that sequence. So we remain scoreless, but both teams creating better and better chances as this first half goes on. Martellano, the Quebec keeper, playing that one out. As Masella looks for a long ball ahead, and Yarrow running onto it. Now he's got room to carry it in. Right-footed strike, what a save! A huge stop there by Ryan Spans. And actually check that, that's Michael Macriegros. Yeah, that is 31 in goal for Team Ontario, so Macriegos making a couple of huge saves here in the first, including that last stop on the break for Carl Añero. Team Quebec with another corner kick as they set up for the outswinger. Ball delivered almost to the penalty area, headed down, blocked. Couple of calls for a handball, but nothing doing. As both teams battling for possession, and that one knocked out for a Team Ontario throw-in. So the pace of play picking up here in the later stages of the first half. And Team Ontario having to stay sharp defensively after a couple of big opportunities in the last few moments for Team Quebec. 50-50 as Udefi battles his way through. Second helper came in for Team Quebec in Hamouni, and now Team Quebec with some good touch passing look for his switch. Intended for Trevor Gilbert, but that one headed down. Should mention that Jackson Gray, the injured Team Ontario player, was subbed out of the match, as there's a good ball to spring Tegbaru free. Sam Tegbaru into the penalty area, trying to draw to his right foot. Cross attempt block. Nice defensive work by Samuel Pierre Lemaire, as that one goes out, and it'll be a corner kick here for Team Ontario. Schwarzstein gets set to take the corner, setting up for the outswing. Good ball to the top of the area, but covered well by Team Quebec's Carl Añero. And now Team Ontario trying to push ahead through the attacking half. Quick touch passing as it's controlled by Schwarzstein. The 1-2 attempt as Tegbaru tried the back heel was picked off. And that one goes off of Tegbaru and out for a goal kick. Team Ontario playing a 4-3-2-1 with the back line, the wing backs having the liberty to push up, so you'll kind of see it shift at times, especially when Anthony Awea, who's covering right now and makes a good play to strip the ball away. When Awea gets into the rush, he really acts as an extra midfielder, but that time he's got to track back to defend, as Neto Jr. did well under pressure to get a partial clearance. Bilcher tries to toe the line, but that one out, and it'll be a throw-in now for Team Ontario. As it's played short from the throw, Neto Jr. goes back to his keeper. Michael Macri-Georgios playing that one as the ball intended for Ibrahim, but over his head, and now Team Quebec will go back to their keeper in Martellano. Touching it short out to the right back as the ball played through the midfield. Velicio, and it's out for a Team Quebec throw-in. It's actually going to be a free kick here as the referee tells them to play it from the floor. So the kick taken, and then a bit of a knock onto the back of Velicio, and the young man looks like he'll be able to shake that one off. Although for safety reasons, the trainer will come out. Of course, when you get a knock to the head, the potential of a concussion, you can't play it too safe here. And they'll take Velicio out of the match for the time being. And it looks like Team Quebec will get set to bring on Miguel Campos. So Campos now into the match as he makes his debut in this game, with about 5 minutes remaining here in the first half of play. Boda taking it from the drop ball. Short passing right now as Team Ontario work it through the back line. That pass off the mark, turned over, a Quebec throw-in to come. Taken quickly that time by Chavera Gilbert as he looks for Añero. Gets around the first man, tries to volley to himself. Bit of a defensive misstep on the initial clearance, but Neto Jr. did well to back up Owea. And Ontario had it out across the half only for a moment, because here go Team Quebec once again. There's a right-footed cross to the top of the 18. Campos gets his first touch in this match as he tried to bring it down. Bilcher, his pass picked off as they are able to muscle the ball ahead for Tegbaru. Malvasi Moreira caught a little flat-footed there and then tried to sell the foul. Nothing doing as Team Ontario working it now through the midfield. Faris Ibrahim. His pocket pick there by Bilcher after some fancy footwork, and now Team Quebec try to counter as the switch intended for Vidizakis picked off. Ball played to the near flank and shielded out for a Team Quebec throw-in. Good control there in the middle from Bakayoko. And then a foul called as Samuel Pierre Lamer taking a bit of a knock there after delivering the pass, and a free kick to come here for Team Quebec. 0-0 the score here in this match. First half of action as you're tuned into the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec Series presented by Gatorade Canada. What a ball! Look at this chance, right in, and that's a beautiful goal! Are you kidding me? Diego Chavera Gilbert receives the free kick, took it in and slotted it past the keeper, and Diego Chavera Gilbert, number 7 for Team Quebec, opens up the scoring here in the 37th minute of action, and Team Quebec have the 1-0 lead. Beautiful execution on the set piece as the long ball delivered right to the foot of Chavera Gilbert. Somehow he was left unmarked, brought it in, and seconds later it was in the back of the net. That's the kind of clinical finishing Team Quebec were lacking earlier in the half, and they're on a set piece. Boy, do they ever deliver. Now Team Ontario trying to respond. Tegbaru playing it over. Oh, that one just mishit as Udefi had it go off his left foot, and he couldn't quite corral it on target. But an energetic response there by Tegbaru and Udefi for Team Ontario, as maybe they're feeling some urgency now after giving up that opening goal. Team Quebec turning it over through the midfield. Actually, they're going to sustain possession there. Nice work through the midfield that time, as it was Bakayoko who's now under pressure, fighting from the ground. What an effort there from Bakayoko. Eventually Team Ontario take it though. Udefi trying to step around his man. The ball too heavy for Ibrahim, and that'll travel out for a Team Quebec throw-in. Well, the whistle coming to end the first half. No added time, and no time for me to remind folks that the Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec Series is fueled by Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, and refuel during halftime. Folks, we're going to step away for the halftime break, but stay tuned for these messages from our partners, and we'll have the second half of action coming up next.
It begins with a ball. 2 teams, 2 nets, that ball, and a love of everything between the lines. But the game is more. The game is you giving every last breath to finish the sprint. The game is that last ounce of strength that pours out of you as you stretch to save your team. The game is questioning yourself over and over again until you find a way forward. Your personal best today is your challenge for tomorrow. Giving everything now is only knowing how much further you can go. The laces we tighten are the ones that bind us together. Entering the huddle as a player and leaving as a team. Play because you love it. Inspire because it's in you. Unite because it's in us. Ontario Soccer.
What will tomorrow look like? Will it be what you expected? Or something you never could have predicted? Will it be frightening? Or exciting? Is it the reason you can't sleep at night? Or the reason you get up in the morning? Tomorrow will be all of these things. With Hub, you have a partner today who supports you as you write your tomorrow. And we will protect you when you get there. Because the truth is, tomorrow is a gift. And we want you to be ready for it.
The Active Start course is for anyone involved in soccer who wants to better support a child ages 3 and 4 years old. Those taking the course will learn how to engage children through soccer with age-appropriate, fun and safe soccer activities. The aim of these soccer activities is to become familiar with a soccer ball while being in a child-friendly environment and connecting with a significant adult in their life. Come be a part of helping kids fall in love with the game. The C License course is the first step into the Canada Soccer Coaching License stream. This course will take you towards all of the Canada Soccer Coach licenses. You will learn the role of the coach, how to plan a session safely, use coaching methodology to provide feedback to players and improve their decision making. Entry to this course requires a Learn to Train or Soccer for Life. This is a major step for coaches to help their players develop to higher levels of the game in Canada. The Learn to Train course is for people who want to take the first step towards becoming a trained coach in Ontario. This is one of the courses that will teach you training activities in small-sided games for U9 and U12 girls and U10 and U12 boys. Coaches who successfully complete Learn to Train, along with other required courses of Make Ethical Decisions, Respect in Sport, and Making Headway, will be qualified to train at the recreational and development level. This is the start for any coach to understanding all areas of long-term player development. Video 10, Analytical Activity, Creating Space. This video will demonstrate the importance of an analytical activity and how to create one based on the area of the field you are working within.
Okay, boys, so we're going to look at an analytical activity here. We're going to look at creating space. So the ball's going to start with our neutral player. So we have two neutral players on either end. Neutral player is going to play in to a green player to receive the ball to start with and freeze. The green players are now going to look to either combine together. So could you play him the ball? Okay, and then we're looking to score by getting the ball to our neutral player. Once the ball's gone into that neutral player, greens is still in possession. Can you get the ball, greens? And freeze. If the orange win the ball, so you play a ball to there, okay, they've won it. Now orange are in possession, play to a neutral player, and now we'll start again. So orange are now in possession to score a point. Can you receive the ball? Combined. Can you get it to the neutral? And freeze. If the ball goes out of the field, let's grab a ball that's around the area, grab the closest ball, and we'll start the game with a passing. Ball to me. Any questions? Neutral player starts with a ball. You can play to the team of your choice. Play.
In this analytical activity, we will be working on how to coach players to create space. The coach will use an activity to demonstrate how to properly teach players to create space using interventions and a variety of coaching methodology.
That's an orange ball. Orange restart. Freeze! Stand still. Okay, ball back into the neutral player. So at the moment, okay, orange, we're on a pretty straight line. Okay, what's your name? Danny's gone short. So if Danny's gone short, how do you think, what would be a good option for you? To go long, good. So as Danny's gone short, I'm looking for you to stretch the field here. And I just want you to get on the dark side of our green player here. So now he's got to turn and look at you. But now if you've come out here, okay, so I've started in here. Danny, go back to where you were. Okay, Danny goes short, I go long. Okay, now you've got two options. Could you play to Danny, who's tight, or could you play, can I step in for me? Could you play to my back foot there to allow me to then penetrate into there? Let's go back in there. Let's give that a go. So we're just gonna rehearse here. So as you go short, you've gone long. Go. Good, yes, good. Play on, good, and freeze. Good, so I like it, you've kept possession. Now as you've seen, he's come short, Danny, you've gone long, which now potentially will allow you to play that penetrating ball. All good? Okay. Oh, let's go live from here. Play, go.
Watch how the coach shows their players how to create space on and off the ball.
Green ball, green ball.
I go long, you go short.
Orange ball, it already gone out, orange ball. Freeze, stand still. Okay, so you've come short and you've gone high. If it doesn't happen straight away, what we have to do is recognize we have to have some movement. So you've come short in here, it's not happened. Danny, you've gone high. Okay, it's not happening. We'll switch in here. I might come in here, and could I now receive the ball, or could you go short? So let's do that again. Okay, let's do it at speed. So I'm gonna be you, So I've come in short, it's not worked. Okay, I've gone high. Maybe yes, you can play me in here. I receive, I play. Now I'm gonna get away, and you're gonna go short, Danny. Good. I can support you here. Good, and we're in. Let's give that a go. We're gonna rehearse that here. So you're gonna start in here short. Okay. Get nice and tight like you were. Go. Play, go. Good. I like it, good communication. Orange ball. Keep possession good.
All right, soccer fans, let's get you set for the second half kickoff here at the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series presented by Gatorade. And Team Ontario are just about set to kick off the second half of action. And a big thank you to Ontario soccer partner Soccer X for their first-class support as Canada's premier soccer apparel and equipment dealer. Soccer X has everything needed to take your game to the next level. Visit soccerx.com to check out the latest gear from Adidas, Nike, Puma, Admiral, and more. And check out this start to the second half from Team Quebec as Campos going in with a bit of a madman effort there as he was flailing all around to try keep the ball in his range. Eventually knocked loose, and now Tegbaru streaking up the far flank. And a good defensive job there by Samuel Pierre Lamere to knock that one out of play. So a fast start to the second half as Team Quebec look to double their lead early. They lead at the break 1-0. And Team Ontario looking for a counter back the other way, but nothing doing. Now Team Quebec working up the far flank as they try to pick out Aniero. He had a great first half, including rocketing one off the crossbar. That defensive clearance initially knocked high in the air, second effort tracked to the touchline, and it'll go out for a Team Ontario throw-in. As it's tossed in there by Labidi. Boda, good left-footed ball up to the half, but it's knocked down on the defensive header. And now Team Quebec starting to build through their back line. Masella switching that one out to the far flank where Hamoui takes it. Hamoui tries to touch back. Udefi tried to close down for Team Ontario, but now it's back with the Team Quebec center back, Masella. Playing it ahead to the man who's got the lone goal in this game, that's Chavera Gilbert. As Diego Chavera Gilbert striking late in the first half, coming from a set piece where he received the cross, took it into the penalty area, and then slotted a low shot past the diving keeper, Marky Gregos. As Michael Macri-Gregos back to start the second half in net for Team Ontario, and Martellano in goal for Team Quebec, as that ball knocked out of touch, and it'll be a Team Quebec throw-in just outside the attacking third. Vitsakis tossing it in as it's now controlled by Hamza Mouni. Played to the near touchline as Joseph Mario Jr. Jules. Well, ultimately Team Quebec turn it over and Team Ontario will get a throw-in. For a quick start to begin the second half, things slowing up a little bit now as Boda having to go back to his keeper. As Macri-Gregos clearing that one out to the half where it's met by the defensive effort from Masella. Masella getting the pass right back there from Jules as Masella taking a bit of a knock there. He looks a little bit winded, but he's back on his feet, and now they'll have to defend as Udefi takes it ahead, makes a touch over to Tegbaru, tries to draw back into the middle. Nice defensive work there. Are you kidding me? What a singular effort that time. As Megdic coming up with a huge defensive play for Team Quebec in the midfield. And now they'll try counter here with Aniero touching the ball back. He opens up out wide for the run, staying onside. Carl Aniero taking on Neto Jr. as Neto Jr. gets fouled. Nice defensive work there by Milton Neto Jr. to stay with Aniero. Aniero getting the explanation from the referee. And Team Ontario take the free kick short from their defensive third. As the keeper moving it out here, where Louis Labidi playing it back to his center back, only to have Boda return the pass that skipped away from Labidi. So 4 minutes played here in the second half, and Team Ontario looking a little bit disconnected. We'll see if they can get themselves back on the same page. As Team Quebec mounting pressure here deep in the attacking third. Tracking it to the corner, Aniero thought he had won a corner kick, but it's called a goal kick. And Team Ontario keeper Michael Macri-Gregos will get set to take the goal kick. He plays it short. As Neto Jr. tries to play that one up the middle of the pitch, it's knocked down by Bilcher. Good second effort there by Vitsakis as he tries to cross in over the head of Chavera Gilbert, and then coming off his line to collect it is the keeper for Team Ontario, Macri-Gregos. Turned over, Team Quebec quickly get possession back here. That's good possession controlled by Joseph Mario Jr. Jules. Diego Chavera Gilbert playing that one back. As Hamza Mouni, his attempt at a touch, and it'll be a Team Ontario throw-in. Team Quebec also playing a A bit of a 4-3-2-1 at times. It'll shift into a 4-4-2. As you'll see a lot of movement, especially from the roamer Campos, who's got the freedom to either drop back or push up as he sees fit. And now Team Ontario trying to push the ball up the pitch. Bit of a misclearance there by the Quebec keeper Marcellano as that one ricocheted off of Udefi, but Team Ontario unable to take possession, and ultimately it'll result in a free kick now for Team Quebec. As from the free kick, they play it short. Mouni, as it's touched out wide. Nice work there by Team Ontario's Sam Tegbaru to close down. Macri Gregos playing that ball out across the half, and Masella will go back to his keeper now. Martellano goes right back to the center back, Giuliano Masella, as he delivers a quality ball ahead. Añero running onto it. It's just Añero and the keeper. What a save! Big rebound. Nice slide tackle there defensively to block what any shot that would have come in. Añero somehow staying onside. There's a strike from distance blocked. And Team Quebec pressing, but ultimately unable to double up their lead for the time being. Nice run here is a good defensive stop. Stepping in was Milton Neto Jr. The cross coming in. The keeper, Macri Gregos, does well to scoop up the ball after it initially slipped away from him. And now Michael Macri Gregos slowing things down as he bowls it out. But that was a huge save moments ago by Macri Gregos on the break. Chance for Añero, who had the opportunity to make it 2-0 for Team Quebec. And Team Quebec across half, and they want to press once again, working that far flank as Vitsakis looks to deliver the cross in, too close to the goal line. Easy handlings there for the keeper, Macri Gregos. He slows things down with Team Ontario looking a little discombobulated. And now Macri Gregos plays the left-footed ball out across the half. Masella heads it down, shouldered initially by Ibrahim, but Team Quebec knock it away. Boda takes it for Team Ontario. Back into the middle as Fondo tries to pick that one ahead. Picked off by Bilcher, who then tried to thread the needle for Añero, but Boda anticipated perfectly. And now Boda's ball ricochets its way over to Tegbaru. Tegbaru, couple men to beat, tries the left-footed strike from the top of the 18. That one blocked out, and it'll be a throw-in for Team Ontario. Approaching the 50th minute of action as Sam Tegbaru trying to work along the near touchline, and that one knocked out for a Team Ontario throw-in. Not a ton of movement off the ball. Tegbaru opens up with an option. The throw out of his range, and now Bilcher comes away with it. Campos, under pressure, does well to evade the challenge, as Chavera Gilbert has to turn back. Bilcher playing it wide, looking for the switch over to Vitsakis, as he then plays a right-footed ball into nobody and easily scooped up by the Team Ontario keeper, Macri Gregos. Team Ontario starting to build out. Quickly turned over on that close down pressure. Bilcher trying to keep the ball in touch. He does well to catch it. Left-footed cross into the area just over the head of Chavera Gilbert. And then nice work defensively by Faris Ibrahim to track back and get the ball up to half. Quickly brought in, that one right along the touchline, stays in play. Nice defensive tackle, as sliding down was Anthony Luca Malvasi Morera to take that ball away. That ball rolls out of touch, and a chance for us to remind you that Toronto FC is the official founding premier partner of Ontario Soccer, as a trio of Team Quebec players get ready to come into this match. And of course, Toronto FC is also the presenting partner for the Ontario Player Development League, the province's youth high performance league. Their commitment to the game in Ontario is unrivaled. Visit torontofc.com for tickets and more. 50-50, and Team Ontario come away with it as Elijah Fondo winning that exchange. Nice right-footed ball played ahead as trying to track it down and keep it in touch was Labidi. He did well. Now delivers the cross, but that one tracks out across the goal line, and a goal kick to come now for Team Quebec. So a trio of Quebec players coming into the match moments ago, including Ryan Megdish. There's two new players on the back line for Team Quebec. And Team Ontario getting set to make some substitutions of their own at the next break. Team Quebec delivering a good ball ahead. Look at this opportunity now. Sebastian Udell-Joseph, his first touch in this match, and it's controlled by the Ontario keeper, Macri Grego. Says, well, Team Quebec making some changes up front and nearly creating an opportunity right off the hop for one of the recent substitutes, Sebastian Udell-Joseph, as he takes over for the time being for Carl Aniero. Caleb Lefebvre also into the match now for Team Quebec. Lefebvre in the attacking midfield position, and now he'll have a chance to run onto it here. Controlled by Megdish, as Lefebvre has to pull back to stay onside. Megdish receiving the pass. Quick touch passing here from Team Quebec as they now work it back along the back line. Nearly picked off by Udefi as he closes down. Team Ontario will take possession. Nice job by Nameka Udefi as he plays it ahead now for Sam Tegbaru, who couldn't quite hold it under pressure. And the ball tracks out for a Team Ontario throw-in. Now Team Ontario will get set to make the trio of changes as Ibrahim Schwarzstein, trying to make out the last player there, Udefi, all come out of the match. So two fresh legs stepping into the attacking roles for Team Ontario as they bring Josh Nugent and Ang Gebe into this match. Ryan Smukovic, the other Team Ontario player, subbed in. Smukovic in more of a defensive role. As that ball out, poor ball management there from Team Quebec, and they give up a needless corner kick against. Let's see if Team Ontario can make them pay for that mental miscue. As Tegbaru gets set to deliver the outswinger. Tegbaru. Quality cross off a couple of Quebec players, and now Team Ontario will take possession. As Fondo sidesteps the first challenge and the second. Excellent tackle there from Team Quebec's Campos as he got all ball, and now they try turn up the pitch, but it's quickly taken away. Fondo delivering a quality ball ahead, running onto it and tracking it is Labidi, trying to draw it back as he intended to play it for Nugent, but out of his range. And now Boda tracks it defensively for Team Ontario. Macri Gregos playing it out to Neto Jr. As he goes back to the keeper, Macri Gregos. Flicked on. Smukovic got the touch to it, but the ball tracks out. Throw in now for Team Quebec. And they'll try and make quick work of it. Campos playing it back over for Chavera Gilbert. His ball initially knocked down, ricochets off a hand, play on as it's now controlled by Caleb Lefebvre. He tried to feed it through. Lefebvre then closes down. He'll try chase it down, just not getting there in time. The ball travels out for a goal kick. As we've got an injured Ontario player almost directly below our broadcast location, and that's Balint Boda, the center back for Team Ontario, and he's favoring his right leg, his right knee, showing a little bit of frustration as Boda is going to need some help here from the training staff. Well, hopefully for this under 15 boys Team Ontario squad, this knock to Boda, nothing serious. He has been a anchor on the back line, playing that center back position. As the trainers will check out his right kneecap. They signal that Boda's going to need a change, but also a good sign that when the trainer was pressing down on different areas of his knee, you could see Boda shaking his head as if to say no pain there. So Boda walks off under his own power and he'll be subbed out. And we'll restart here with a goal kick for Team Ontario. As Team Ontario playing the ball short from the goal kick, Macri Gregos out to Neto Jr. The substitution will bring a replacement in for Boda. Can't quite make out the number of the player for the time being, but Team Ontario working their way here and close down. A foul called on the challenge on the back of Malavasi Morera, and it's a free kick for Team Ontario. Henrik Jurkovic, the player who comes in to replace Boda, as Jurkovic took the free kick short, and now it's controlled by Neto Jr. Playing it out wide, back into the middle where Fondo takes it. Tries to sidestep a couple of tackles and ends up losing it in the process. But it quickly ricochets back to Nugent as Josh Nugent, trying to take on a couple of Team Quebec defenders, does well to muscle the ball over. Smukovic tries the shot, blocked. Controlled only for a moment by Nugent and then cleared defensively. Nice work by Lemaire for Team Quebec, as Samuel Pierre Lemaire has been a stalwart defensively on their back line today. It's been tough to break down those center backs for Team Quebec in both Lemaire and the Team Quebec captain Masela. Both of them so smart in their positioning defensively. Jurkovic playing that one to Neto Jr. Palms open looking for an option. He sees one out wide and immediately the player hauled down as Anthony Awea does well to draw the free kick for Team Ontario. Approaching the 60th minute of this match, as a free kick coming here for Team Ontario, almost directly in front of their own bench. 6 red jerseys in the box to receive the cross, which is played to the near post, and coming off his line to collect easily is Antonio Marzellano, the Quebec keeper. Now they look for a quick counterattack. Nice ball to feed Lefebvre up the far wing. Caleb Lefebvre stepping over it. Taken down! Penalty kick to come here for Team Quebec. The referee right there to make the call, no doubt about it, as Caleb Lefebvre was taken down after stepping over the ball a couple of times, and the fancy footwork causing problems there for the Team Ontario defender in Jurkovic. And now we get a kick from the spot here and a chance for Team Quebec to double their lead. So Sebastian Udell Joseph stands over top the ball. Referee gives instructions to the keeper, Michael Macri Gregos, as Udell Joseph gets set to take the penalty kick here in the 60th minute. Sebastian Udell Joseph for Team Quebec. Left-footed strike, and he buries that. Calm, cool, and collected. And he doubles the lead for Team Quebec here in the 60th minute. As in the under 15 boys division at the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs Quebec series, Team Quebec now leads this match 2-0. Sports Engine is the official technology partner of Ontario Soccer and the leading provider of sport relationship management software for youth and amateur sports. Check out sportsengine.com/solutions to see how they can help keep your club running in stride on and off the pitch this season. While Team Quebec are really firing in stride right now, as they've had the bulk of possession and play here in the second half. And Their sustained effort finally rewarded on a goal from the penalty kick, slotted home by Sebastian Udell Joseph, as he had Macri Gregos guessing the wrong way. Team Ontario clear the ball, and now they'll get possession back on the throw-in. A reminder that we've got one more broadcast coming up tonight, so stay tuned, as in a little more than an hour from now, we'll feature the boys under 18 division here at the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series presented by Gatorade Canada. As here goes Tegbaru running onto it for Team Ontario, trying to shield it from the challenge. Tegbaru does well to turn wide and send the cross in off the defender, and that's going to be a corner kick for Team Ontario. So credit Sam Tegbaru, who's faced a few challenges here in this match, but he continues to work hard, and there he's rewarded for his effort with a corner. Tegbaru gets set to take the corner. It's setting up as an outswinger. Neto Jr. and the Quebec captain in Masella having a bit of a tete-a-tete there. And now the referee will pull both of them out of the pack. And I think just a warning here. It doesn't look like we'll get a caution for either player. Neto Jr. was trying to sell the contact and potentially earn a penalty. Masella trying to say, I never touched him. And now the two right back at it. Referee, his eyes firmly affixed on that combo. The corner kick taken by Tegbaru, knocked down. Ontario still trying to hold the zone though, with Gebe doing a good job to win the ball out of the pack. Tegbaru driving wide once again, carrying it towards the corner, pulls back, loses possession, and now it's controlled by Team Quebec's Magdish. He nearly had his pocket picked by Malavasi Moreira, but Team Quebec able to muscle the ball up to the half, and then a foul called against Neto Jr. Tough break there for Team Ontario. Team Quebec were looking to take a quick free kick and potentially catch Team Ontario sleeping, but the referee slowing it down and will pull the ball back to the spot of the infraction. So the free kick here for Team Quebec, just inside their own half as they start to pile players up to the 18. The ball takes one bounce in a second as the Ontario defender in Labidi trying to shield it, but it didn't have enough to track out. And now a free kick here for Team Quebec. So we'll see if Team Quebec can capitalize on this set piece opportunity. Both goals in the match for Team Quebec coming from set piece opportunities. The first one in the first half, a cross that found Chavera Gilbert all alone in the box. The second one, a penalty kick. The third nearly coming as that one off the post. My goodness, what a chance there for Team Quebec. The cross coming off the foot of Sebastian Udell Joseph. And then two players converging for the opportunity on the header. And it was Samuel Pierre Lamer who actually got contact on the ball. It went off the post. But nothing doing in the end. And it remains 2-0 Team Quebec. That ball off of the Ontario player in Smukovic, and it'll be a throw-in for the visiting squad from La Belle Provence. I'll try not to do that too much throughout the weekend. My French is c'est terrible. Team Quebec being urged to get on with the play, and they toss it in, only to turn it over, and here goes Smukovic as he plays the ball ahead for Nugent. Josh Nugent trying to take on the defender one-on-one, draws over to the right. Tegbaru staying onside, good job to curve his run there, but on the extra touch he turns it over, and now Team Quebec will start to carry it out through their own half. That ball too far for Lefebvre to catch. They quickly get it back. Campos, nice overlap by Lefebvre. He stays onside. Good tackle. Lefebvre fights through it, challenges, and scores! Oh my goodness! Oh, the flag coming up late. Are you kidding me? Tough break there for Team Quebec, especially because Lefebvre made a number of plays on the ball before the flag goes up, but Hey, credit to AR2. She was in the spot to make the call, and better late than never. And for Team Ontario, that's a big call to negate what would have been a 3-0 goal. And it takes away a great individual effort there from Caleb Lefebvre. Team Ontario will try capitalize now offensively, as stepping around the first challenge was Labidi. His ball then goes off a Quebec player and out for a corner kick. And an opportunity now for Team Ontario to create something of quality midway through the second half. Setting up for an in-swinger here by the looks of it. Delivered tight to the line. The keeper initially bobbled it, but safe hands by Marzellano. He scooped it up on the second attempt, and now Team Quebec looking for a fast break counterattack as Lefebvre has a man tracking on. There's the ball ahead. Udell Joseph off the post and in! And now it's 3-0 for Team Quebec. His second of the match, Sebastien Udell Joseph with the brace. And Team Quebec strike for a third time, as Sebastien Udell Joseph with his second in the second half. And Team Quebec flexing now up 3-0. And how about that connection between Lefebvre and Udell Joseph? Since they've come into this match, they have really created havoc for that Team Ontario backline, as both their speed and smarts have given the defenders for Team Ontario a real challenge to contain. Team Ontario, they're facing a challenge here, down 3-0. They've got to play with some urgency, and now they do as they feed a good ball ahead for Smukovic. Tries to sidestep a couple of challenges. The initial clearance blocked as Team Ontario hold possession. Fondo switching that one out wide. And Gabe taking it. Check that, that was away. Now, as Tegbaru tries to cross it through, initially knocked down. Lefebvre controlling it for Team Quebec. And he'll just fire that one up the line where Udell Joseph runs onto it. Sebastien Udell Joseph with 2 goals in this match, trying to track the loose ball. Neto Jr. and Udell Joseph getting tied up, and cooler heads will prevail here as Ontario take the free kick quickly. Jurkovic playing it short. As a couple of players coming together for that challenge, and it'll be a free kick awarded to Team Ontario after the foul against Ryan Smukovic. Referee calling Diego Chavera Gilbert right back, saying, 7, I already know what you're thinking, pull back and give him his space. As the match officials have done a good job here today to keep the pace of this game flowing. As there's a good ball played ahead, and Tegbaru's going to run onto it. Getting there first offensively was Lamer for Team Quebec, and he clears that out for the throw-in. Tegbaru not seeing many options to toss in here, so he waits, and it'll be knocked out again for another Ontario throw as that one hammered quickly down. Tegbaru playing it back for Gebi. Under pressure, spins away from the first challenge. He has to go backwards though, trying to step away from the man, and Gebi wins them a free kick after a little too much aggression there from Ryan Megdish on the back of the Ontario player. Ontario really just playing with a back line of 2 at this point, as those flank players pushing up into an attacking position, and with Team Ontario down 3-0 as we approach the 70th minute of action. Now is the time to start pressing, and it looks like that's the message from the bench. As a good ball played ahead here for Tegbaru. Tries to cross in, initially blocked. Tegbaru shields it out for a throw-in. Gabe, once again it goes out for a Team Ontario throw-in. A chance for us to remind you that the Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series is fueled by Gatorade. Through its 55-plus year history, Gatorade has had a singular focus on driving athletic performance through ingredients that are backed by science, tested and proven over countless hours in the lab and on the field. For more information, visit pepsico.ca. Macri Gregos comes out of his net and plays it over to Neto Jr. as Team Ontario continue to press up the field and try close the amount of space behind them here as the ball switched over, intended for Labidi. He's able to track it down, taking it up the flank. His cross attempt blocked, and that went out for a Team Ontario throw-in. Taken very quickly as Labidi receiving it back from Smukovic into the middle now as Fondo steps over it, pulls it back to the near side, tries to find Labidi, but the ball out for a goal kick. Final 10 minutes of match play here as Team Quebec leading 3-0 over Team Ontario. You're tuned into the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series presented by Gatorade Canada, streaming live on the Ontario Soccer live stream channel. Let's give a big shout out to our technical crew behind the scenes as Ajit and Paul doing tremendous work. My name is Nico Cardarelli, providing the play-by-play commentary. And a big shout out to everyone from Ontario Soccer for helping to facilitate this weekend's live stream broadcast. As here goes the man with 2 goals already, Sebastian Nudel-Joseph, left-footed strike. Great save there by Michael Macri-Gregos as he got down to his right side and just got his palm to that shot attempt. And if not for the brilliant save from Macri-Gregos, it would have been a hat trick for Udell-Joseph. Sebastian Udell-Joseph has struck from the penalty spot and also during the course of play here in the second half for the Brace. He's got 2 goals of the 3 on the board for Team Quebec. Turned over as Campos takes it for Team Quebec, makes the pass to Udell-Joseph. Now they spring a ball over to Megdish as he tries to take on Neto Jr., drawing back to his right foot. Good tackle there, no foul, as coming in for the challenge was Awea. Gebe now seeing it out of pressure. Tegbaru, nice job to step around the defender. Tegbaru sends the ball ahead as running onto it is Nugent. Nugent around the last man, in all alone, big save! Marcellano with his best save of the match as Antonio Marcellano charged off the line and made the save on Josh Nugent to keep Ontario off the board. A missed clearance there. Nice second effort by Lemaire after he fanned on the initial clearance from his backside, was able to muscle it away from danger. And now Team Quebec have a throw-in in the attacking half as Udell-Joseph running onto it here. Good tackle by Neto Jr. as he takes possession away. Team Ontario looking to switch things up as they pick out Smukovic, but he was tracking in the wrong direction and the ball out for a Team Quebec throw-in. So final 6+ minutes remaining here in the match. It's been a spirited contest, and even though the scoreboard reads 3-0 for Team Quebec, I think this match has been closer than that scoreline would indicate. Team Ontario with a couple opportunities to potentially strike. Certainly Team Quebec has had the bulk of pace and chances here in the match, and they've been rewarded for their sustained efforts as there was a hard challenge in open field, and the Team Ontario players taking the worst of the knock there. I believe that's Anthony Luca Malvasi Morea, who's slow to get up. Team Ontario continue to play the ball. It is indeed Malvasi Morea, but he continues on here in this match for the time being. And actually, I don't know if he'll be able to stay on. He's really laboring out there. Team Quebec open up the ball out wide. Caleb Lefebvre running onto it, slowing down his pace, trying to step around Neto Jr., draws it wide, right to the goal line, and that's off of Lefebvre and out for a goal kick. So just a few minutes of match play remaining here. And remember, we've got one more game on the docket tonight for our live stream broadcast coverage, as we'll get set to take you to the under 18 boys division here at the 2022 Provincial Xcel Ontario vs. Quebec series presented by Gatorade Canada. Tomorrow we've got two more games on the schedule, as we'll start with the U16 girls at 11:15 a.m. and then the U15 girls at 1:30, and then we'll wrap up the broadcast coverage on Sunday starting at 9:30 a.m. with the U16 boys, followed by the U18 girls to close out the weekend broadcast at 11:45 a.m. Substitution coming here for Team Ontario. As it's going to be Anthony Awea taken out of this match. And the throw-in taken by Team Ontario. They quickly turn it over, as nice footwork there by Udell Joseph to spring it loose. The shot attempt not having the same quality, and that one tracks out wide. Orion Tafai coming into this match for Team Ontario on that change. I had a chance to chat with Tafai's father a little bit before the match, and he was so excited for his son to have the opportunity here to be a part of the series, and he was just hoping that Orion would draw into the match at some point. And even though it's late in the match, Orion Tafai makes his debut here at the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase for Team Ontario. Loose ball through the half. Nice job to fight through the challenge as Nugent comes away with it. He's got Tegbaru with him. Nugent wants it all himself. Tried to draw the cross in, but it's not clear. And now Team Quebec, actually they don't have possession. Nice job there by Tafai as he stepped up anticipating that well. He caught Lefebvre flat-footed. And now Team Ontario have the throw. It's taken quickly by Tafai. Draws it back for Gebbie, as it's controlled by Fondo. His through ball knocked down. Lefebvre gets to it for Team Quebec. Tafai with the diving challenge, and that knocks out for a Team Quebec throw-in. Well, for more than 50 years, Nothers the Award Store has been a leading supplier of awards and recognition products across Ontario. Contact them at nothers.com to find out more about their new Team It Up initiative to save your soccer organization money this season. That's nothers.com. Team Quebec holding possession here in the attacking half as they approach the attacking third. Good through ball, but Udell Joseph won't be able to run onto that. It's easily scooped up by Macri Gregos for Team Ontario. Michael Macri Gregos has had a busy game in goal for Team Ontario. He has been beaten 3 times, including one from the penalty spot. But Macri Gregos also made a number of huge saves in the first and second half to keep this match within striking distance for much of the contest. But now Team Quebec has pulled away, and well, maybe a chance here for Team Ontario to strike one late with this set piece free kick coming up maybe about 8 yards outside of the 18 and almost at the corner where the box intersects at the far flank. It's more likely to be a cross-in than an attempt on target from this angle. Or maybe they play it short, and they do. The cross-in intended for Tegbaru. He tries to knock it down. It's cleared away. As a bit of a miscommunication there between Tafai. And the final whistle sounds. And Team Quebec take the opening match here in the boys under 15 division at the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series presented by Gatorade Canada. Well, we want to thank all our proud partners for today's event, including our broadcast partners in the official sports fuel of the Ontario Soccer Provincial Xcel Series, Gatorade Canada. Our premier partners, Toronto FC, as well as Respect in Sport, SoccerX, Sports Engine, and Nothers, the award store. Folks, stay tuned. We've got one more game on the docket. We'll be back just before 7:15 p.m. for the U18 boys division at the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series. But for now, we're going to sign off, and we'll see you again in a few short minutes. Folks, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you for the next broadcast.